Clonk is a video game series from the 1990s, which is kinda still alive today, but not really. It peaked in 1999 with Clonk Planet, I'd say, and there's been about 10 installments with regular improvements and updates. But the draw of Clonk isn't even the gameplay. It's the customizability, the community, and that you're supposed to make stuff for the game. It's kinda like RPG Maker, Pico 8 or Mario Maker, even just like modding in general, where you get your base game, but after you're done with that, it's really about like making your own stuff and sharing it with the community. There used to be all kinds of different websites that were hosting all kinds of different stuff regarding Clonk, but as new versions of the game came out over the years, those sites would shut down and be replaced by other ones. The longest running and most reliable one is probably ccan.de, which is still online and has been live since the year 2000. It's currently hosting 3,656 different items. Those are objects, levels, campaigns. This is where you get the good stuff. By the way, the game is made in Germany and the entire community and everything is just German. So if you've never heard of Clonk, that's probably why. Anyway, I started caring about the series when Clonk 4 was released. I got it on some magazine CD as a shareware and just played the free levels that version had over and over. The unregistered version had like the gold mine level, which to me has become like the classic Clonk level. Like whenever I'm in the mood for some Clonk, I just play the good old gold mine and spend a couple hours just throwing explosives at gold veins until I get tired of it. There's the melee thing, which is like a multiplayer thing, and that's what the gameplay of the first like 3 Clonks was mostly about. But to me that was never very interesting. Like the combat system, if you can call it that, is just poor. You basically just have 2 Clonks touch each other and then one of them dies at some point. You can throw explosives at each other, which is pretty fun, but you can do that in any mode, so you don't need this for that. There's a monster kill thing where you have to kill monsters, also not that exciting to me. The settlement level is pretty fun, I think. You just have to kind of build a settlement. You build a sawmill and a windmill to power your elevator, and then you can take the elevator into the ground, mine some stuff, make some gold, build some more buildings, eventually build a castle. Once you hit like a certain amount of points, you win. Also, your Clonks gain levels and earn abilities, like being able to climb or hang from ceilings. And that carries over between all of the levels you will ever play. So that's a pretty cool incentive to like, you know, leveling. It's fun. It's Shark Lake, which is kind of fun. It's 2 islands and a lake in the middle with a shark inside of it. And there's the castle level, which is what the title art of Clonk 4 was depicting. Let's talk about the artwork, especially the title art of Clonk as a series for a second. I think it got pretty good with the 3rd entry, and then the 4th one is my absolute favorite. Starting from Clonk Planet though, they kinda lost faith in their artistic abilities, or maybe they just didn't want to employ an illustrator anymore. Anyway, everything is just 3D rendered stuff from that point on. That was never an amazing call to make. Like even the 2-dimensional Clonk sprites that they replaced with 3D rendered ones, I think were much more charming. So in my opinion, the art style of the series kind of peaked with Clonk 4, Clonk Planet, and then the more 3D stuff they introduced, the less I cared about it. I mean, okay, actually, I just found a pretty cool trailer for Clonk Endeavor, made by Red Wolf Design, which has a bunch of pretty cool 3D scenes. And the fact that those 3D scenes kind of use the same assets that all of the in-game sprites are made of, namely the 3D models, is pretty cool. Because that way there's not a huge break between like promotional imagery and the actual game. Like maybe there was with the Clonk 4 title screen splash art. Any excuse to bring that up again, by the way. I guess I'm just salty that I never get another illustration of the guy that did the Clonk 4 one. So if you enjoy the 3D stuff that came with Clonk Planet and later, that's totally fine. Objectively, the games kind of improve graphically. I'm just a sucker for crisp pixels or whatever. But don't get me started on Clonk Extreme, that's a burning trash fire that never got released, fortunately. Back to Clonk 4. Even though we're still looking at the unregistered version, there's still a bunch of more levels we get to play. Also, all of those levels, including the ones we looked at already, are customizable. You can change the landscape layout, kind of dramatically. You can change what you start with or what you can buy. You can add animals or hives into the ground. And you can totally change the weather and like add some city-esque climate catastrophes. What you can change does depend on the level though. These ones labeled landscapes are basically just a map without any predetermined goal. So you get to play these levels any way you want. They're just a landscape for you to have fun in. Kind of like a map in StarCraft that's meant to be played multiplayer. Except here you can choose to just do the settling thing again if you wanted to, or do the gold mine thing, whatever. You can also kill some monsters if that's your thing. Missions. Rattlesnake Canyon. Or time to get frustrated. It's a cool concept, and the way they kinda anchored the story in the colonialization of America through the set pieces gives it some nice flavor compared to the simple levels like Gold Mine or Castle. Especially since this is a gold mine level. The goal is exactly the same, mine all the gold on the map. The problem with that is that all the gold of this map is all the way off to the left side while you are starting on the right, and the middle is made up of a number of canyons too big to just jump over and too tedious to bridge with the use of clay. Look at this guy just vibing. Which, by the way, all those little balls in the ground and all of these maps are a staple of the series. You can dig those up and they come in the flavor Explodey, Buildy, Valuably, and Stone. There's also veins like the gold ones, but there's also others like coal or water deposits and many more. Most of these you can only mine by exploding. Some like copper and coal you can dig right through and turn into pellets for further use that way though. Anyway, you have a workshop here where you can construct bridge parts among other things, and you have a steam engine with a train car. The bridge parts you can manufacture if you have 2 wood and a clonk that just needs to stay in the workshop until it's finished. The steam engine you can use to get places fast, but you're gonna have to make sure that the ground is more or less even. Kind of as if you were laying actual rail tracks, which you do not need to do here though. So you kinda just carefully extend your bridges to the right, dig through the mountains, have clonks fall into the water because the controls of this game are clumsy as f***, build weird rescue tunnels, make more bridges, start using that steam engine, bomb some stone, and find the gold. Mine it, bring all that stuff back home, and lose control of your steam engine. Try and get it back, but lose it even harder. Get half of it, patch the giant hole, get the other half, lose it again, and push it yourself. Mine more gold, buy a lorry, whatever this is. Get rich. Lose your engine again. Are you still following, by the way? We're losing our engine. Get engine, unpatch the hole, unget the engine, and patch the hole badly. Pay the price. Fuck it. Just move the house. Go nuts. Get shot at? Get our gold, buy bombs, murder the gold, and get murdered by the gold. Avenge our fallen, release the steam engine into the wild, let go of the past. Move into Gold Town and win. Neuland. This level is so hard that it kind of feels more like a puzzle than like a strategy game, simulation, whatever the hell Clonk is. Immediately when you start, if you're lucky, there's gonna be 2 monsters at the top of that cliff. And you can quickly dig down into the earth and seal off the tunnel behind you so the monsters won't get in. Don't forget to grab your flag though, otherwise you're gonna be out of options. Since the flag effectively makes any building that doesn't have any other use your home base, where you can buy and sell stuff in, without a flag you can't make money or buy things. Oh, also if you're wondering what that sound is, it's whatever the hell is going on over here. Didn't seem to be the bird's fault either. Anyway, once you've sealed off the tunnel, you can do some tricky digging into that little pocket of open air. Go up back to the left through that, do some more digging, throw some explosives and somehow get out of there. Or soft lock yourself, either or. Also, if you're really unlucky, one of those monsters is gonna spawn in that pocket. Make your way to the right and find a shark-infested lake, plus another monster too. At first I tried to dig below the lake just to see what's to the right of it, and I just kinda drained it from below by accident. I made it to the hut on the hill, put up my flag, went to pick up some gold to be able to buy stuff, fell into the shark monster puddle and died. Third attempt, same strategy. This time I premeditated the lake draining and drained it into my old tunnel structure to not have a deadly puddle left. One of the sharks decided to return to its home planet. Had to fight 2 monsters for my flag. And decided to seal those in as well. Thoroughly. Some bonus shark action later. We're gaming. Tried to rescue a stuck bird, but it wouldn't have it. Oh, by the way, we actually have a plan this time. So first I want to get 25 gold to buy a second Clonk in case my first Clonk dies. I have basically death insurance that way. And then I want to build a hut somewhere in a better place so I don't have to bring every single piece of everything up to this hill. Oh, these 2 monsters drowned in the meantime. Our objective, by the way, is to build 6 stone huts, 2 guard towers, and 1 castle. So I figured might as well build one of those stone huts now and put our flag on that one and put it in a spot that isn't ridiculous. Okay, we need funds for that, so we're gonna get them. Make some room for all of this stuff. Also, there's 2 stuck birds now. I'm about to start on a watchtower when I notice that I'm about to fall myself. Since the watchtower already costs 2 wood, a sawmill, which is the only way to get more wood, costs 6 wood. And this is all the wood we got. Building a watchtower now would not be a good call. Oh, also I'm patching this hole because I'm anticipating I will have to move trees over there into the sawmill, so the bird has got to die, unfortunately. I gave it a eulogy later. Anyway, we have a sawmill now, but it doesn't have power, which is a thing you can enable in missions, and it's certainly enabled here, so we gotta give it power with like a windmill thing or a coal thing. Anyway, I go for the windmill, buy the required wood, and I don't have the required wood. And since I dumped it all into an unfinished windmill, I now have absolutely no wood at all. But no problem, I can just build the coal thing. That doesn't need any wood at all, right? Except I now only have 2 metal because I already spent 1 metal on the windmill. And making metal is out of the question because the building we would need for that requires wood. So we need 1 wood, but in order to be able to get that wood, we would need 1 wood. At this point I decide to just wait. Because the stuff you can buy gets refilled over time, depending on the scenario settings. I figured that at half an hour all of the refills will already be gone and there would be no more wood coming, but I was kind of out of options. Eventually though I hit escape to quit and restart, and then this happened. Are you fucking kidding me? It updated to 1 wood as I was pressing escape to quit the fucking thing and start over. What? What are you talking about? Well, let's keep going, I guess. We buy the wood, build the windmill, connect the energy thing to the sawmill, make wood, have wood, make more wood, make all the wood. Also build the metal thing, wood. It's getting cold and all the water freezes up, so we can just get rid of that. Finish the metal thing, get ore, get coal, get metal. Build the useless watchtower. This is its use. Here's a fun thing. I wanted to mine all this gold to the left and I just did this. Yeah, don't game and be on your phone at the same time. But this also worked. Said hi to some old friends with a stone. Built an elevator. Why? Because a castle needs 20 stone and shit. The thing is, having this in a lorry sucks as well, because this is how you have to get it, like, into the castle. Anyway, we build a second watchtower while we're at it. Use it. And look at this pixel perfect hut building right here. I couldn't believe this actually fit in the end. It's like 1 pixel. Alright, castle done, 2 watchtowers done, second stone hut, we're gaming. Just making some room for 1, 2, 3, 4 stone huts. And then it's just a matter of getting all the stone and stuff we need onto those and build them, and that's it. We're done. We built it all. We won. Pearl diving. I start by checking if you can collect the flag, or if you can't, because depending on the scenario settings you can or you can't, and if you can't, it's a bother. That's why I burnt my house down earlier. And if you can, it's also problematic. Anyway, I renamed our main Clonk Dua Lipa because I kept reading the name like that. No dead naming. So what do we gotta do? We gotta dive for pearls and sell all the pearls. I don't know how to do that yet. So we're gonna start by buying an insurance Clonk, like last time. And then we're gonna make some flat ground to build something. Definitely get wood. We can't forget to get wood this time. That one got away. So I decide to use the flat ground to build a workshop. To build a hot air balloon? Yes, I could have just built a boat, but I could have also just bought a boat. And I want to explore this place, including the air. That's it, it's just another island. There's a pearl here though, so I immediately jump into the water, get attacked by sharks, freak out and die. I decide to start over. Same basic concept, backup Clonk, wood, some sort of a flat surface. And then I remember that bamboo huts don't have a foundation, so you can just kinda grab and move them. We have ourselves a little bit of a Jaws type situation, which reminds me that you can just kinda collect fish and sell them for a profit though. At this point my best guess is to just kinda dig down along the side of the lake. Like, we make it to the bottom, at which point I'm like, yeah, still no idea how to do this. So once we're on the other side I kinda stop, go back up, buy a boat. Try to cheese my way to some pearls, but get eaten and die. So I figure, okay, I gotta get all these pearls from the ground at some point, right? So I'll just throw all of the pearls there. I go back down and after some careful consideration, I trap myself and drown. I mount a great salvaging mission doing this and placing this flint here, and then I restart. Backup Clonk, wood, blah blah blah. Then I touch my hut in the wrong way and it does the Super Mario 3 thing. Restart. I do a nollie with my hut, get a second Clonk, fish, and build like Dr. Evil's goddamn hideout below the ocean. Meanwhile on the surface I'm gathering all the pearls up on that ledge one by one. As I'm finishing up below there's a meteorite that would have almost ruined everything. But there's always a second try. We collect all the pearls on the surface, bring a construction kit over here, which is what you need to build buildings, but just leave it on the ground because, I don't know. And then I dig down from the right side as well because I realized I can't really reach the lake anymore from the cave below to drain it. Okay, the moment has come. We're gonna drain the lake and just collect all the pearls, easy peasy. Okay, so we got 2 trapped Clonks and no additional pearls yet. I underestimated the amount of lake. None the matter, we're just gonna drain more lake. Oh, can't forget about Thor down there, who If he makes it, he'll be free. Also pay no attention to the 30 bucks bomb down there, which I have never used for, well, I don't know. We build a latch and we build an elevator on the latch, because that's an idea. I also throw a boat down there. I'm getting nowhere close to any pearls. And trying to take the elevator back up results in shark dinner. I dig a little tunnel to cheese myself like 2 more pearls. Next I'm going on a rescue mission for good old Ponsel down there. While that's happening, I hear this. My bamboo hut was just hit by a meteorite and is now burning. That means we can't buy anything anymore, or sell anything, or anything. I remember the mission objective is to sell all of the pearls. At this point I remember that there's a construction kit on the other side of that now chasm, former lake. Also, Dua Lipa is getting promoted to a major right now, which makes her able to climb walls, which is a huge thing. Anyway, we grab the flag and we make our way over to the right side to somehow hopefully get enough wood to build a new hut to then put the flag into it and have a new base where we can sell stuff again to hopefully still win this mess. Quick stop to rescue our guys, since one of them drowned in the meantime. Whoops. I grabbed the construction kit and realized that the sawmill is on the other side of this chasm now, and that's where the wood comes from. So I make Fonzie get the flag and get the boat at the bottom to then hopefully get out of here. We get home safely and thank the soul tree that grew here in the meantime for the hopefully 3 wood it will provide us to be just able to build a bamboo hut. I'm extra careful with these 3 wood because they're like my lifeline, so I collect them as they come out of the sawmill, except for some reason I throw one which falls all the way down through my tunnel system, just right in front of the mouth of this hungry shark. And yes, it's safe to assume that I'm gonna get impatient and jump into the shark puddle and immediately die. Once Dua Lipa gets there though, the shark is all full, so we can just grab the wood and get on with it. And we have a new home base. That is until the next meteorite shows up. For which case, I'm gonna put a construction kit and 3 wood out onto the pavement. At this point I'm just thoroughly out of ideas though, so I'm just dumping a new boat into the lake and I'll try and have Dua Lipa, like, I don't even know, recover the old boat, I guess. And then I thought the sharks were stuck, but somehow they got reactivated and after a short death battle with them, they eat me and I give up. That's it. I have a backup Clonk, but I'm not gonna need it because I'm done. I'm done with diving for pearls. I'm not gonna dive for pearls anymore. That's diving for pearls. Pearl diving. I don't know how this is even called in English. I'm done. So that's the Clonk experience I wanna convey to you, like the gist of it. There's so much more. This was Clonk 4. There is Clonk Planet, Clonk Endeavor, Clonk Rage, Open Clonk, Legacy Clonk. There's Hazard, Nights, Far Worlds, so many more missions, so much user-made content. The fantasy pack, golems. There were so many contests where you can still like download all of the entries to and look at all of those. There's mirrors of old Clonk sites that just surfaced, which is like just hundreds of custom scenarios for Clonk 4. I haven't even talked about my favorite campaign of all time, Divine Prophecy, at all. There's just an endless amount of this kind of stuff. So if this seemed fun to you or like interesting or whatever, go check it out. And if this video was fun to you, tell me. I might make more. I might maybe try diving for pearls again. And I wouldn't mind making like full videos of all of the other missions and the Far Worlds pack and Clonk Planet, like basically everything I just told you about. I can show all of this off. I would just need a little bit more time because putting all of this into one video will make this a 3-hour video, which that's too long. Yeah, okay, thank you. Love this community.